Exciting LinkedIn Live. I'm so happy to be here because of what I've got to share with you. Feel free, chat's open. Love to bring you on the show. Share your insights, comments, thoughts, whatever. But it's good to have you. So feel free. And if all you want to do is share your name and what city you're from, that'd be great too. So, anyways, let's dive into today's big show. I'm so excited, as you can tell, because I've been so focused on engineering a process or a system to LinkedIn success as opposed to just being transactional or kind of coming up with a customized, personalized situation, which is way too difficult. And more importantly, it doesn't duplicate and scale well. So what am I doing? Well, let me give you a little background. Oh, we've got Fabian. Fabian's in the house. Thanks for showing up, Fabian. He's one of the better guys on LinkedIn. I would actually advise you to reach out, check out his profile, and see what alignment you might have. So thanks for being here, Fabian. Great guy, great LinkedIn connection. With that said, for about the last 3 years, I've been posting every day. And when you do it every day, you get to see what's going on, who's doing what, who's growing, who's staying the same, who's not there anymore. And, what I started to engineer is really community, collective, collaborative opportunities where I could involve a lot of people in a very short period of time and have it amplify its reach through everybody's network and doing it in a real positive, uplifting, supportive way. So a lot more give, hardly any take. So with that said, I eventually started tagging up to 120 people a day. And my numbers flew through the roof. I went from 5,000 connections to 25,000 connections in 4 months and was absolutely full-time LinkedIn. What I realized is it's a lot of work. You get a lot of attention, you get a lot of support, but you've got a lot to support yourself because every time you tag someone, they get notified. Every time they respond, their network sees what you're doing and you see their network. So you really duplicate or double just by doing that. In addition to that, as you include more people, you include more networks. And as more people see and know who's there, it becomes even more attractive because it's like driving around a neighborhood and looking at a restaurant and seeing an empty parking lot and you drive in. And your thoughts right off the bat is, well, it must not be very good. No one's here. You look across the street, the place is packed. You can't even get in. What do? You walk across the street, wait in a line for a half an hour and never even know what could have been. So same thing on LinkedIn. If you're going to do content, get audience. Build audience as you're building content. And then build your content around your audience. With tagging, what it is, if done in the right way, it's recognition, it's promotion, it's support. It's not about giving and taking. It's about promoting. The ultimate goal one should have on LinkedIn is being a great connector because that's how you repurpose everything you do, everybody you work with, and everything you built as far as goodwill. Instead of getting a return directly from it, combine it and get value for you being a facilitator, a promoter, a connector. Now you've got all these different wonderful attributes that hardly anybody achieves on LinkedIn, and it works every time. That's the beauty of it. It's worth the journey. If at the end you can create somewhat like an ATM machine on LinkedIn where you just punch in the right code and you get what you want out of it. You've created value, currency, and that's what makes you attractive and makes people want to support you to keep you around. Well, let's go over tagging really quick for those who aren't too familiar with it. Basically, it's recognizing and promoting others in the best way. Don't get into spamming. Don't get into just picking great people and tagging them because it just won't work. Actually, it'll bring you bad vibes back, believe me. And I never do that. It's all about who wants to be there. And in my case, I have over 300 people who want to be tagged, and I only tag, when I do tag, about 120. And I started tagging 120 and combining it with LinkedIn Live, and my results went through the roof. And it happened again yesterday. And actually, I'll share a screen with you that kind of shows how I did it and what happened. So let me bring this up. And here was, the post I did right here. You can see it got 1,351 impressions, which is unbelievable. 50 comments, and the analytics were through the roof. 259 viewers, 248 minutes, 363 views, tells you who it came from. And in addition to it, you have all the comments, right? And these are quality comments, as you can see. You've got people, who are thanking me. Here's an example with Bev, who I tagged, and she enjoys it. And people who actually get tagged in my post can get up to 200 to 300 unsolicited incoming connection requests. So it just keeps going on and on and on. And here's what it looks like. And I hope everybody can see the screen, but you can see how many people I tagged. It's all about recognizing people. And as you go down the list, here's, so that's quite a bit, so hopefully this gives you an example of how I do it. And after this post is posted, and that's the benefit of LinkedIn Live, I do a LinkedIn Live, it automatically posts as a post. I'm going to tag over 120 people on this post and continue to see what you can accomplish by combining two very powerful LinkedIn tools that most people don't understand, and most who do don't take full advantage of. And then combining it with LinkedIn Live, I'm seeing the results. The beauty of LinkedIn, you do something today, you get the results today. You can determine what you want to do tomorrow. But let me just run through tagging for those who aren't too familiar. Recognize and promote others. Sharing your quality content. Amplifying your reach. Knowledge sharing. Community support. You get bigger, better results faster. Referrals. You build an audience that now can justify your content and vice versa. Build top of mind awareness of important connections. Have Zoom calls to move to the next level. Now I'm including LinkedIn Live broadcasts. So if you really want to get on my show, reach out to me. And stay relevant with updates. Now, when you combine that with LinkedIn Live benefits, which is LinkedIn promotes you. When I go live, it tells everybody in my network, I just went live. Not everybody sees my broadcast, but everybody sees that I've gone live, right? So, and that's just getting top of mind awareness and free promotion and valuable promotion, because it shows you're doing something, you're available, you're providing service and value. Co-hosting opportunities. It's an honor to be invited to somebody's LinkedIn Live show in relationship to just being on a Zoom, which most people find to be kind of a time suck. So, I think, when you look at it, it's about combining these things and a couple other things real quick. Time and cost efficient, little prep, no homework. When I go live, I got no script. I might have a few outlines like I'm looking at, but you got to base it on the audience, right? So thought leadership and influence comes through so much clearer and stronger on LinkedIn Live. It's interactive. and it's real people in real time having real conversations. So, with that said, if you combine that with a rocket ship booster, which is you're tagging, right? And you're getting all these people to support you, that can be so important. That can be so valuable. And here's the thing, everybody wants to be recognized, everybody wants to be supported. So many people look at tagging as like an intrusion. It is if that's your intent. It is if that's what your application. But it really comes down to who you are, what you do, and how you do it, and how do you get the most out of it. One more perspective to have. When you look at tagging, it takes time to build. I wouldn't advocate anybody do what I'm doing right from the start. But if you have 5 or 10 people that you really admire and there's something reciprocal to it, then tag them in your post. Don't feel, and they shouldn't feel obligated to have to support your post, because that's just giving more work. But it's awareness. And if people don't respond to you, then you have a choice. You can replace them or keep doing it. If someone doesn't respond to my tag in 3 days, someone else takes their place who has. So that way it stays fresh, it stays relevant, it stays really around knowing who is active, who's interested, who's supportive. Everything sorts itself if you let it, so it can be very organic. So this is just what I've done this week. Hopefully the visual helped. And in the meantime, feel free to reach out to me on my profile, and go to doncohenconsulting.com if you want to see the latest collaborative opportunities. So thank you so much for joining today. Share it with others if you choose. I really appreciate it. And I've got a special promotion in my comments today that could be helpful to someone. So thank you. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk tomorrow.